Hey everyone, Ace here. I just wanted to talk about my 2020 in review a bit because this year has been one of the hardest, if not the hardest year of my life, many people's lives, but it has also brought me the most love, the most joy, happiness, abundance, and health. I actually started my year off with a 5-day PTSD program through Veterans Alternative up here in Holiday, Florida. It was the greatest thing I ever did for myself. 5 days to just spend on myself, with like-minded people who were all struggling in the same way I was struggling. And that really got me going on the right path to this healing. And then on top of that, they offered me counseling services to move forward. I didn't have to pay for anything. They just allowed me to go and to support them. And I, Veterans Alternative, I think, saved my life this year. I remember I texted Brian Anderson and I just said, Brian, I need help, man. I'm just lost and I can't do this alone anymore. I got as far as I can. And he said, I'll see what I can do. And within a week, he got me into his program and I met some incredible people. And that really set me forward onto this path. I just wanted to heal. I just knew I needed to stop. I knew I needed to rest. I knew I needed to recover. I knew I needed to start listening to myself. And so I spent a lot of time at home in meditation and introspection. That has really been integral, but it wasn't until I started to actually heal the trauma from my past, the emotional trauma that I had stored within my body that had taken my body from me. I couldn't even walk at the end of 2019. I was 200 pounds of just inflamed scar tissue and fascia. My fascia system kind of broke. And I was so hardened, I couldn't even move. I was so inflamed, I couldn't even move. The fibromyalgia that had just been gripping me for a decade, it took me completely down. I hadn't been able to work out for a year, so all that muscle turned to fat and turned to scar tissue. And I literally crawled into 2020. And I said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want my body back. I want to be free. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be bitter. And one of the things that really helped me this year actually was this new product that just came out called Dirt. And I actually just became a brand partner with it. And all Dirt is 77 trace minerals that's mined out of the southeast of the southeast of the USA. They go 200 feet underground and they mine it because a lot of the topsoil across the world has been stripped of all its micronutrients and all the essential minerals that our body needs to replicate, to balance our pH, to cleanse ourselves, to detox. And that's what's causing a lot of this pain and suffering that we're in, a lot of the inflammation, a lot of this dis-ease. A lot of the emotional and mental problems that we have is caused through diet, through the water we drink, through the content we consume. And this Dirt stuff, it detoxes you down to the cellular level while also hydrating you. And all you do is you pop it in to a cup of water, right? I got my Marine Corps cup here. And you just pour it in. It has no flavor, it has no taste, it has no smell. So it kind of tastes, I would say it tastes a little plain. And from there, you just drink it once a day. Within 6 weeks, actually, I woke up without any inflammation at all in my entire body. And I was able to then take the time to allow myself to heal, to learn to love myself, to learn to bring compassion to my life, to bring care, abundance, acceptance, awareness, trust, and build all these faculties in myself so that I can finally get over this imposter syndrome, which is just simply we haven't made it real for ourselves yet. And because I was able to get through this imposter syndrome, I was able to heal, I was able to regain my faculties in my physical body because I eliminated meat, I eliminated carbs, sugar. I've been alcohol free now for going on 18 months. And through my path of being human and through walking this path of this higher path of consciousness, this higher path of spirituality, and really finding the balance between my human and my being, has really it's unlocked everything for me. And that's what this 5D Warriors of Light YouTube channels is all about. Is all about that path of being human. It's all about what is really happening in our reality, what is really going on in our lives, within our beings, within our selves, that is causing us so much pain and suffering and division and hate and anger. Because it all starts with us. We're the greatest common factor in this whole thing. It's incredible what happens when we take our health into our own hands, when we take our immunity into our own hands and we educate ourselves on the physiology of the body. We educate ourselves on what happens with minerals and what happens with vitamins, because that was what we were actually designed to be, was we were supposed to know all this stuff for ourselves. And because we don't have that education and we don't have the knowledge, we find ourselves in these depressive holes. We find ourselves in anxious fits. We find ourselves being human. And that's because we've lost our humanity. And that's what I focused on this year in 2020 was I needed to gain back my humanity. I needed to gain back my compassion and my love, my health, my wealth, my wellness, my freedom, my prosperity, my abundance. And the only way I could do that is if I healed. You can't take a pill for this. You can't do 6-minute abs for this. You got to go through the arduous desert of our human trauma in order to unlock the oasis in our soul. So I really appreciate you all. I really thank you all for listening to this video and for letting me tell my story and be vulnerable and tell you all what I was going through. I hope you get a little bit further on your journey today. I hope you gain a little bit more clarity on your path, and I hope you can bring in a little bit more love into your heart so that you can see that this whole thing is perfect, and so are you. And if you just maybe try to believe that a little more about yourself each day, just 1% better, by showing yourself that, by choosing the things that you need more than you want, that'll unlock everything. I love you all, and I'll see you all again soon. Have a great one.